Okay, so to find comps and also to upload product screenshots, you're going to do both of those steps in the same place. This video is going to be about comps. So I'm going to show you where to paste the comp links first, and then I'm going to show you how to find comps. So, because that takes a while and maybe you just want to know where to paste the links. So to paste the links, you go to commercial catalog and you search for the property that you are researching. So um, here you can search by the state, the uh, reference ID, a number of fields, and you can also just type in the name. So I just typed in the name of one of the properties that I know about. Um, so it's this one right here. And so here's where we're going to put in all the information about the property. Now you'll notice that a lot of the information is already filled out from our mailing data. That's great, but we're going to fill in the first section with property values and disclosure responses over time. For now, for this step, you're just going to do comps, and you want to make sure that, and it's in the element section, and you want to make sure that you're in property values. And for pasting the comps in, it's a lot easier to do when this box is in the visual editor mode, because it gives you all of these options up here, so you don't have to type in any code. So what we want to do is find comps for this property, and to do that you want to make sure you have your VPN working. So it could be NordVPN or it could be private internet access, and set to somewhere in the United States. And then you'll want to look at, I usually go to LandWatch and Zillow, and I look for the county. So this property is in Kendall County, Texas. And here you can go like this. Actually, you can find it on the map. You can also just type in the county here, Kendall County, Texas. Okay, so this property is 8 acres, and when we look for comps, we want to look for properties that are between half the size, so I'm going to put in 4, and twice the size, so I'll put in 16 acres. We want to filter, we want to look for basically 3 things. We want to look for size, which we just did, and then we want to look for location. So right now we're looking in the same county. Sometimes there are lots of properties for sale in that county, and it's really easy to get a lot of comps in the same county. Sometimes there are like no properties in the county, and when that happens, we have to look at counties nearby. Um, so similar size, similar location, and then similar property type. So if the property we're looking at is a forest and other properties nearby are like meadows or grassy areas, then they're not really similar. And where this becomes super difficult is if you have a property that's like on a river or waterfront. It's going to most likely be more valuable than properties that aren't. But there aren't very many properties that have unique features like being on the river. So do your best. I mean, you're not always going to find a perfect match, but generally this kind of casts a wide net by looking at such a wide size range. And when you're using LandWatch, you also want to filter out things that have um, houses and farms and stuff on them. So you want to just select land. And then you can go through and look at these and see what looks similar. So this is actually my listing for this property. One of the things that I like to do is sort by price, low to high. And let's see, 9 acres. that I think sometimes people put it in the price per acre, which is what's going on with this one. So if you see something that's like super, super low, um, like these, they're like either asking for rent prices or they're like prices per acre. And you can kind of tell because this one's like an office building and this one has parking lots and stuff on it. So it's not just land. So here we have one that's 5 acres and it's in the same county. This is actually my property. This one's 4 acres. This one's 6 acres. So all of these seem like they're a pretty good fit. And then you'll notice that the price goes up quite a bit pretty fast. So we're already at $110,000. So basically, I would select a few of these and then over here on Zillow, I'll show you how to search Zillow. So I've already filtered out. So if you click on more, you'll want to change the square feet. So the maximum square feet size is 1. Sometimes it's a drop-down box, and you'll have to select 500 because that's the smallest. And then you'll want to change the lot size to custom size, and you'll want to change it to acres, and you'll put in the same acre range, half the size to twice the size. It doesn't have to be exact, but just like, approximately half to approximately twice. And then cheapest. So, here we have 60,000 for 5 acres and 65,000 and 75,000. Okay, so these all seem to be in a kind of a similar price range. I know my property is located up here by Candalia. And if I zoom in a little bit closer, you'll see that the prices are a lot higher. So you'll probably want to put one of the comps that's, like the closest or one of the closest ones to the property. So I would do this one. I'll just click on it here. And then in Zillow, oh, interesting. They've changed it so I can't expand it. Sometimes they have an option to expand up here, but I don't see it right now. I wonder if I open it in a new tab. Nope. I usually like to have the property in its own window, and there's usually a button that says expand, and that way people don't search for other stuff nearby, but we'll just take this. So copy this, and then we'll go back to Bitrix, and what we'll do is we'll type in the size and the price. So we'll say 5 acres, 110,000. K is used for thousands, 110,000. And then I'm going to say closest comp. This is the closest one to the property. And then if you click this button, link, then you just paste in the website address that you copied, the URL, and you take off that because you already have the HTTP in the link. So then we'll click save. Yeah, it's link type other site. I wouldn't worry about any of this stuff. Save, and then enter. And we'll copy some of the other ones that were cheaper. So if we zoom out, I wonder if we can just copy the link address here. What would that do? That would take us to, yeah, okay, so we'll just copy the link address like that. So this was 5 acres for, right? Yeah, 5 acres, 59. And then paste that in, save. And then if we wanted to do one of the land watch properties, we could do this one. We've already done this property. That was one in Zillow that we just copied. So we could do this one. And then copy this link. And it is 4 acres for 65. So 4 acres, 65. Okay. So there we go. We've got all 3 of those links in there. And then we'll click save. Let's do apply for now. And what that will do is it will update the property information. So I can look at these comps and say, oh yeah, this makes sense, or oh no, this doesn't make much sense to do this deal, because I'm going to need to approve each deal. And then also, the nice thing is when you paste these in, they will have a it will automatically show up on the website. Oh, actually, I need to update the product form so it'll show up. But basically, when you click on the product, it's not on here yet, but if you were to click on the product, it would show up in the product page. So if you scroll down here and click on properties, I'll make it so it shows up in this list. So, yep, that's pretty much it. And in terms of format, usually I do the number of acres, the price, and then sometimes price per acre. So this would be, how should this be? 22. Yeah, 22,000 an acre. So and then this one is like let's see. Never do math in your head for this stuff, man. I'm terrible at it. You can just round the thousands per acre. And if it's a smaller amount, if it's like a few hundred per acre, or if it's less than 2,000 an acre, then you don't need to show the exact dollar amount to the penny, but you can show like $557 per acre or $550 per acre. That's fine if you just round it to the $10 per acre price. But yeah, so this one's going to be something like 12,000 per acre. I should do the math, but 59.5. 11.9 thousand per acre. So 11.9 okay, per acre. So anyway, and that's it. And then when you click If you click apply, it will save the information but keep this window open. If you click save, it will save this information and close the window. So next we are going to do the photos of the screenshots of the property location. If you have questions about this, leave them below and I will try to answer them. Thanks.